Okay, last form of pollution is just land pollution. So, land provides us with soil and forests as well as minerals and energy resources. However, the 500,000 mines in the US, even though they're essential for mineral resources, it's going to tear up the Earth's surface, destroy vegetation, cause soil erosion, and contaminate water and to destroy ecosystems. Agriculture, again, is essential for food production. However, the irrigation systems that we use for agriculture are causing salination, which adds salt to the soil, and tree cutting. So we need it for paper and lumber. However, depending on how we do it, it's going to remove or damage the land. And cleared areas are susceptible to soil erosion and is going to destroy ecosystems, wildlife habitats. And using land as a disposal site. So landfills and waste facilities, when done incorrectly, can cause leakages of water when it rains. That's going to be toxic, cause water pollution, and make the soil toxic around the landfill as well. Here's that salinization that I was talking about. So as we add water from the irrigation system, we're also adding salt into the land, and that creates areas like this where we can no longer grow anything. This permanently damages this land. Clear cutting is when we cut all the trees in a given area, and this is going to be very susceptible to land or mudslides, to land erosion, soil erosion, and it's going to destroy the entire ecosystem in this area. So protecting our resources, there's a lot of things we've done in the past few years, the past few decades that have really helped to protect our resources and land, air, and water. Here are some fun facts that you may be interested in about Americans. We throw away 30 million cell phones, 18 million computers, 8 million TV sets, and enough tires to circle the world 3 times. We do that every year. Americans make up 6% of the world population, but we use 1/3 of the world's resources. So again, the best way to protect our resources are going to end up being conservation and pollution prevention to prevent further damage. So here are some acts I want you to read over: the 1972 Clean Water Act and the Safe Drinking Water Act of 1974. These were put into place to help decrease water pollution, set maximum contaminant levels, and make sure that we're not leaking. There's no point source pollution happening from industries. Then for air, we have the Clean Air Act that was established. That table that for Los Angeles, this is what it was based off of. The NAAQS looks at 6 different criteria pollutants in the air, and if any of those pollutants are in too much quantity, then local authorities must come up with some sort of plan in order to lower the quantity of those pollutants in the air. So for land, there are different ways we can contour plow. For farmers and strip cropping, that looks like this is a contour plowing, where we go with the land that decreases erosion, makes it so that this can be used again. Also, these plants require, you can see these strip cropping. This plant and this plant are 2 different types of plants that require different amounts of water. And so it's not going to soak up all the nutrients in the land all at once. By doing this layer by layer, we're able to save this land and reuse it and not cause any issues in the land. I want you to take a look at these 2 acts here, read them over: the Resource Conservation and Recovery Act of 1976 and the Comprehensive Environmental Response Compensation Liability Act. And then the last thing we can do is just recycle. We throw too much stuff away. We need to be reusing the stuff that we have so that we are not just over-consuming our resources. So your homework is these 2 assignments: the Human Activity Worksheet, which is going to be a Google form that discusses everything we talked about in this PowerPoint. And then there's an article review assignment. You have to just choose one article. There's going to be like 5 or 6 articles. Just choose one, read it over, and then answer questions based on the article and what you learned from this week's lesson. Have a great week.